keeping secrets of different bills. At Uncle Demi, you need it, I got it listed here. You wanna make it, I'll show you just how to make it here. I got all the rarest bills, and I ain't done yet. Went from defenders to making bills like a prospect. Flow space and slashes to catching us with a law threat. You keep the medals cause the right one's coming up next. Only scratch the surface. Still they try to drag my name in dirt, they try to bring me down. See me winning, you ain't like me.
Yo, what's good, my nephews and nieces? This is your favorite uncle, Uncle Demi, and today I have another special banger for you, all right? Today we are going to talk about the best shooting badges on NBA 2K23. As you may or may not know, I've been playing this game for a very long time. I had early access to this game a couple months ago, right? So I've been playing enough to know what badges are very effective and what badges you do and do not need. So before we get any further, just make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get 400,000 subs this year, and the only way that's gonna happen if all my nephews and nieces that are watching this subscribe, right? So I appreciate it, and I'll thank you in advance. Now let's get into this, okay? So what we're gonna do is this. We're gonna talk about guards and spot-ups, but first we're gonna talk about guards, and we're gonna break it down in S tier, A tier, and B tier, okay? And not necessarily tier 3 badges are gonna mean they're gonna be the best badges, okay? So without further ado, let's talk about the S tier badges. And the first one that we're gonna do, let me just go ahead and get some points up here first, just to knock this out. Well, actually, let me do this. It's kind of weird now how they do it this year because you can't highlight them off rip, but this is what we're gonna do. You gotta watch the video. Okay, so the first one that is going to be Agent 3, okay? So Agent 3 is by far the best badge that you're gonna wanna have. And again, they say improves the ability to pull up or spin shots from three-point line. The thing is that fades are still very good in this game. And I think that with defense being as tough as it is, Agent 3 is gonna be a badge that you definitely wanna have. Get it on gold, get it on Hall of Fame if you can. But yes, this right here is going to help you out a lot, dribbling, fading to that left, to that right. This is going to be the badge you want to look at. And then, of course, the next one is actually going to be, limitless range, okay? So what makes limitless range so good is the fact that now it doesn't matter if you catch or shoot or anything like that. You can be able to shoot 5-6 feet from behind the arc. Limitless range, Agent 3 combined together is very deadly also. Keep that in mind. So you want to make sure that as a guard, that Agent 3 and Limitless is in your arsenal. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be Hall of Fame, but if you have a lot of badges, then yes, you would definitely want to try to shoot to get these Hall of Fame. And then last but not least, you want to get blinders, okay? So blinders is another badge that you definitely want to have. The same effect that it was in 22, that's the same effect you have in 23. Let me see if I can take these off while I'm talking, okay, in 23. So again, as you see here, blinders are going to be, along with Agent 3 and Limitless Range, are going to be your your 3 S tier badges. And now listen, I'm going to tell you right now, if you have all 3 of these badges together as off rip, then you're going to be sitting off really well. Trust me, okay? You want to make sure you have these. Now, when it comes to the next tier badge, we're going to be looking at guard up, all right? So guard up is going to be starting off our A tier badges. Now, guard up is a fairly new badge, right? It increases the ability to make jump shots when defenders fail to properly contest. And let me tell you right now, it's really like, sometimes I feel like people were contesting, like the hand was up and it still comes up. Maybe because they pull up late to the party, or maybe I'm not sure how that contest system works. All I know is that this is a good badge. And I was saying, like, this should not be a tier 1 badge because it's that effective in my opinion. It definitely should be a tier 3 badge, and Deadeye should be the one that's a tier 2 or tier 1 badge. But that's my opinion there. But I would say that Deadeye is the next tier badge. Let me just go ahead and well, I'm just gonna stand on top of this one. Deadeye is your next tier badge, from the next A tier badge. Deadeye, obviously we know what that means. Jump shots taken with the defender closing out receives less of a penalty when closing shots. Well, with shot contest, and again, like I said, really good badge. It's just a fact of that I feel like guard up is a better one, but at the same time, if you are somebody that's specializing like we spoke of, you can literally have all these badges on Hall of Fame, which is pretty crazy. So now let's talk about these B tier badges real quick. And the first B tier badge we're gonna talk about is going to be amped. That reduces the penalty that fatigue has on a player and their ability to make shots. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, people that are not used to the adrenaline boost and not understanding that you cannot necessarily just drain your stamina like you had beforehand, the other 2Ks, AMP is really gonna work out. AMP does not, all right, does not take away the penalty of the slower release. If you do have depleted your fatigue or you're fatigued, you're still gonna shoot a slower shot. You're just not gonna get as penalized as much for the drop of your attributes if you have amped. And I think that's what makes this badge really good. And then the last but not least, well, we go ahead, looking at the the last beer tea badge, beer tea. B tier badge is going to be MIDI Musician. Boosts the effectiveness of pull-up spins and fades from the mid-range. Now, obviously, this is going to be a badge that a lot of shot creators, quote-unquote, are going to use. The same way people use Agent 3 from the three-point line, MIDI Musician can be used down there, and I think this is going to be a really good badge utilized also. So there you have it. These are the badges that you're looking at getting. Like you can see right now, I have all the badges, okay, that I feel like a guard build should want. Think about that. If you have right here, I think this was 30 though. This is 30 badges, 35 badges, whatever, because this is pure like specialized shooting. But these are all the badges. Just imagine somebody stepping the court with all these badges right here. These are going to be the best guard badges for S tier, Agent 3, Limitless, and Blinders. A tier, Deadeye, Guard Up. And of course, B tier will be Amped and MIDI Position. Now, let's look at the Spot Up builds. All right, now we're looking at the Spot Up builds, okay? Same way, S tier, A tier, and B tier. Without, obviously, we already know what the first one's gonna be, and that is actually gonna be, let me go ahead and just max all this stuff out. Don't worry about this right now. Just gotta get the point so I can actually get down to it. All right, boom. The first one is gonna be catch and shoot. That's kind of obvious, right? Catch and shoot for a Spot Up build is always gonna be there. There's a reason why it's at tier 3. Catch and shoot is gonna be a very, very, very dangerous badge to have. No difference than it has in previous 2Ks, so we don't need to really stay long on that one. But the next one is actually gonna be, let me get rid of these, is gonna be Claymore, all right? So Claymore, which is a tier 1 badge. Again, how is this a tier 1 badge? I don't know, but Claymore tier 1 badge is increase the ability to knock down perimeter shots when spotting up patiently. Basically, you just sit there for 2 seconds and catch the ball and shoot. Doesn't matter how long you stay there. You just stay there as long as you've been still and not moving around. Claymore is activated. Just keep that in mind. And it increases the ability to knock down perimeter shots. Like, very OP badge. So again, like I said in the beginning, just because you got it's a tier 1 badge doesn't mean it's not an S tier. This is S tier. The next one is going to be in the S tier. It's going to be Guard Up, right? Guard Up increases the ability to make jump shots when defenders fail to properly contest. So of course, obviously, now you're seeing how this build can be pretty nasty because Spot Ups have a major advantage because a lot of their good badges are tier 1 and tier 2. All right, so now you see from the S tier, catch and shoot, Claymore, and Guard Up for the Spot Ups. And then of course, now the next set of A tier badges. With the A tier badges, the first one is going to be Corner Specialist, all right? Now again, we know what Corner Specialist is. Deep range shots taken along the baseline of the court receives a boost, whether it is off the dribble or off a catch, all right? So keep that in mind. Corner Specialist is a very good badge. It was really good in 2K22. Before that, it wasn't really like that. But now you get, if you can get this at least the gold, you're sitting pretty well for A tier badge. And then now we're gonna go down to here again and make this our B tier, which is going to be Deadeye. So I mean, I'm seeing still in the A tiers, I'm sorry, as Deadeye. So this is still A tier. Jump shots taken with the defender closing out receive less of a penalty from a shot contest. Obviously, Deadeye has just been a good badge. I don't necessarily put in the same category for a Spot Up as Blinders because I feel like Blinders is more for guards. Deadeye, Spot Ups usually get more contests from in front of them. So that's the reason why I have this as an A tier, okay? Now let's go into the B tiers. With the B tiers, they're still down here, all right, which is pretty dope, all right? So you're gonna have Limitless range. So let me just take this off real quick. Let me take these off. Limitless range for your B tier, all right? Obviously, this is the reason why I got it as a B tier because you're really like, who really is gonna spot up that far away as a Spot Up? But at the same time, that can happen. Most Spot Ups usually sit corner. You don't have a lot of people that sit elbow, but it's still a good Spot Up badge to have as a B tier. If you have extra badges left over, you definitely want to take in consideration to get that. And then last but not least, we have blinders. Okay, so blinders, this is S tier for a guard. There's a B tier for a spot up, for like I said beforehand, because blinders is more so from the peripheral, and as a spot up, you're not gonna get that many peripheral contests. But it's still a good badge to have if you have the badge points left over. So just to recap, you got S tier, which is gonna be catch and shoot, claymore, and guard up. A tier, corner specialist and deadeye. And B tier, limitless range and blinders. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comment section what you think about these tiers and badges. And as usual, this is your favorite old head, Uncle Demi. I'll be back really soon on the Banger Man. You know, when I say back soon on the Banger, you know exactly what day I'm talking about. I'm talking about tomorrow, man. I'm out.